Robert, can you tell us why we need to be proactive as a communications partner?
Yeah, that's a good question. And it's something that I've seen come up with several of the clients that I've worked with. I think having a proactive IT partner is huge for clients because let's face it, they're often not experts at buying phone systems. They typically buy them 5 to 10 years apart. The technology changes a lot. And if they're changing more frequently than that, there's something wrong. Also, when they go through the process, there's going to be a lot of questions, a lot of information they have to gather. And if they have a proactive partner, they're not doing that on their own. A proactive partner can help with things like uncovering operational needs, hidden pitfalls in the process. As Joe likes to say, we know where the bodies are buried with vendors. So there's not a lot that's going to be surprising that they're going to stumble into because that information is given to them by the proactive partner. And I think the most important thing is they get support through the whole process through with a proactive partner instead of a partner that just provides a quote. The proactive partner takes them from the initial vendor assessments through the migration, the cutover, to support and even training the staff if need be.
Okay, awesome. Robert, you mentioned process a few times while we were talking. What sets our process apart from what a company, a big enterprise would do on their own? How can we help that differentiates?
So one of the biggest differences between our process and someone who's interested in what we like to call the turn and burn, get you in the door, sell you, and then keep you moving, is our process helps you to get into the nitty gritty of your business and really apply how you're going to utilize the technology that you're assessing. So for us, that looks like doing a deep dive into your operational needs and then controlling from based on those needs the vendor interactions to make sure that they're speaking to your pain points so that when you do migrate and bring in that technology, you're sure it's the best fit and you reduce your risk that way.
In terms of timeframes, does having a partner with a defined process like you just described, does that help organizations move faster?
It definitely does. I think something that we talk about here is how organizations can get trapped in vendor selection hell, where they'll go through assessing a vendor, trying to make sure it fits their needs. But because they don't do this frequently, they don't know all the points to look for, and it could get to the end of a process and then they take it to the CFO and the CFO pushes back and says, "Hey, we haven't assessed enough vendors. We haven't covered these points that are particularly important to me." And then they have to go back, add in a second vendor, a third vendor, even a fourth perhaps. And then you've already wasted months and months, and here you go again to do the same thing. And in the meantime, these vendors are responding to these signals, and they're getting mixed signals, and all of a sudden you've got a mess on your hands. And a vendor selection and assessment is already enough work on its own, and then managing it as you have a disjointed one is overwhelming for a lot of IT teams.
Okay, that's awesome information. Thank you for sharing that.